think we can safely say that this is full-on storm trekking or storm hiking, or whatever you want to call it. There's definitely a storm and it's really coming down. Hello, welcome to another adventure. This is another fall adventure. It's not winter yet, but temperatures in the 50s Fahrenheit, in the sun, but without the sun is a little chillier. There's a wind, which makes it a little bit cooler. I had a hard time getting ready for this trip because I wasn't sure what stuff to bring. I ended up bringing the Gregory 65 liter packed to the rim. I could barely put it on my back when I got here. That's a sign that it's pretty heavy. I would say well over 40 pounds. Not even taking that much. I did bring a two-person tent, which is not my winter tent. It's not that heavy, but I wanted to have a little bit more comfort for this trip. So I brought a few extra items. And since I'm not really sure the temperature that I'm gonna find, I may have brought, a little bit too much. I am looking to spend 2 nights, so I had to bring extra food for 2 days of 3 days and 2 nights. I also had to bring some extra chargers because I did not want to take the chance of running out of power. But I am not bringing that much water. I'm only bringing 2 liters of water, which will be enough for me to drink today and for me to cook with tonight and maybe tomorrow morning. But I only have to go down about a quarter of a mile from the campsite to the lake so I can get more water. So that's kind of the plan for tomorrow. So since I said temperature wise about 55 degrees, so I figure for the hike portion, I'm only wearing this fleece and a very thin base layer, which I'll wear most of the time while on this trip. I am bringing my one jacket from Outdoor Vitals, the synthetic, so in case it gets wet, I should be okay. But just in case, I also brought my big puffy down jacket. I probably won't need it, but I brought it anyways because I definitely don't want to be cold at any point in this trip. It's very quiet out here. I can hear a woodpecker. You hear it? And the sun is out. I love it. So day 2, I think I'm gonna take a little bit of a walk. There's this place I want to check out and the lake. So that's gonna be 2 miles roughly each way. So that's gonna be the adventure for the day. So I already got my food hanging and protected. I packed up all my stuff, but this morning I had a little time, so I was able to get a lot of wood ready for later tonight. I still have to get a little bit more, but I think I'm all set for tonight. So my stuff is all stashed away, getting ready to go. And right away, my encounter with the AT. The Appalachian Trail is rough and rugged. Lots of rocks. Really gotta pay attention to these trails. You don't twist your ankle. Well, this is the kind of view that you see in the fall here in the east. All the leaves, different colors. You can see them as they shed and they fall down. It's beautiful. Hey, at this point here, about 3/4 of a mile in, there should be a lot of water here. And I can see a little bit of water concentrated right there, and just a trickle in through down here in the valley. But yeah, no water. So of the 2 stops with water, 1 is nearly empty. So at this point here, a little over a mile now on the AT. Look at how cool this place is. It's a valley, but it's quite of a depression here. And the trail here at this point is all lined with rocks. Somebody took care of this piece. Love the AT. Just a little deep valley. Gotta come up with a better name. This is the name for the lined by rocks. The trail is lined by rocks. It's amazing. What a little spot this is. So I'm standing in another major water source. This is the second of 2, completely dry. So at this point, I have no choice but to turn around and go back, because I do believe there's a little bit of water 3/4 of the way back. Otherwise I'm gonna run out of water. I have a little bit for the trek back, not as much as I would need, but it's a little bit. Hopefully there is water where I think there is. If not, I'm gonna have to hike over to the lake, and that will be another little hike. So let's see. Fingers crossed for some water. So guys, there's water. Very little, but there's water. My trip is saved. I'm gonna get as much water as I can right here and go back to camp. Sun is out and not out. I'm so happy I found this water. It's gonna be tough to get it though, because it's so low, but I'm not leaving here without 3 liters. Yay, I made it back to camp. It's a beautiful afternoon. Look at the sun. Total solitude. Much better afternoon than yesterday when I got here. But I'm just gonna chill. Enjoy the rest of this afternoon. Light up the fire. Yeah, just chill. Go to bed early. There's gonna be a lot of rain tomorrow, so I am thinking about setting up my tarp over here so that when morning comes, I could just empty everything into the backpack, bring it over here under the tarp so that I can unpack my tent, throw it inside the backpack under the tent, the tarp, so I won't, obviously I'll be getting all wet. I did bring my rain gear, but should be interesting. So it's either that or getting out of here tonight. And I really don't want to do that. It's such a beautiful, beautiful afternoon. It's going to be a beautiful evening too. Nice spot. Good morning. As expected, a lot of rain this morning. But I'm protected. I brought everything inside the tent. So I'm getting ready to make my breakfast right here in the vestibule. I think this is the first for me. Got everything inside the tent, so as soon as I'm finished here, I'm gonna pack everything inside my backpack, and then it will just be my tent. But for now, I'm just gonna have a little breakfast. So for breakfast today, we're gonna have some peanut butter and oatmeal. I love this thing. It's awesome. Gives me the protein that I need. And of course I bought a little bread, because you can't have the coffee without the bread and butter. Also have a little stick of cheese here somewhere. And this is my little garbage. This is all that I've accumulated throughout this trip. That's going back with me. Well, I'm all set to go. My stuff is all packed up, but this is the thickest of the rain, so I'm gonna wait it out a little bit, and I have been for the last hour. So the hardest thing is that I already packed my pad and my sleeping bag so that I'm ready to go, but now I'm starting to get cold. So anyways, I'm expecting the next 30 minutes or so. In the meantime, I'm just gonna sit and do nothing. Can't wait though. Ready to put this backpack on. I think I'm gonna brave the rain. I'm gonna give it another 30 minutes. Time to pack up the tent. Hey, we're on our way. Lots of rocks on this spot. The trick here is to go very, very slowly. See what's slippery, what's not, but very slowly. Any little slip could be an ACL, could be a elbow, could be anything. So I'm going very, very slowly. Try not to get ahead of myself, not to let the anxiety get the best of me. Because let me tell you, there's plenty of it right now. So on we go, and the rocks. Water. Not that it matters, my shoes are all wet anyways. I don't know if you could see the angle of decline here, but it's somewhat steep, but it's all rock, and when there's ice or there's water, you never know. You could go down here and not think twice and be all cool, but any slippage here could mean a little bit of a disaster. So I think I'm just overcautious, but this is the type of terrain that really worries me. Alright, I think we can safely say that this is full-on storm trekking or storm hiking, or whatever you want to call it. There's definitely a storm, and it's really coming down. Well, be careful what you ask for. So I knew it was gonna rain. I planned for it, I expected it, and I went for it. But last night, when there was a small chance that I might beat the rain, I was pretty excited, but it was not to be. So for 3/4 of the way back, it's been all rain non-stop. My backpack probably weighs several more pounds because of the weight. Notice that I'm not carrying a rain cover on my backpack. I just opted for the inner lining and protecting my valuable items. Everything else, I don't care if it gets wet. Plus my tent is completely wet. You know, there is a liberating feeling actually with walking where your feet are completely wet, where your socks are soaked, but it kind of feels like with every step there's a little extra cushiony with the water that's in the sock, and it feels weird but nice in this weird kind of way. So yeah, I want to throw that one in. You know, I probably should have filmed last night, but you know how it is in the middle of the night, you're not thinking straight, and didn't think about grabbing the camera to film it. But last night, for the second night in a row, I was visited, I guess, by, well, I had a visitor. I had a visitor for the second night in a row. First night, I didn't see it. I didn't know what it was, but it was right at my tent, and I could feel it and sense it and hear it within, you know, a foot of where my head was. And the sniffing sounded very much like my dog, so I figured it might have been an animal about that kind of size, small size dog, but I made noise and it turned on the light, and after a while it went away. But the second night it came back in the middle of the night again, And same deal, came right at my head, kept circling around the tent, sniffing, and I kept making noise, but I could see that it was nearby. So I finally got my camera and the light, and I ran outside and I caught a glimpse of it, and it was a raccoon, a pretty big one. So that's when I ran inside the tent, grabbed the camera, and I filmed it as it climbed up this tree right in front of me to get away from me. But I'm glad I got a shot of it, and it doesn't happen often that I get visited. Doesn't happen often at all, but sometimes I encounter some animals on the trek. But coming to my tent at night, that's pretty scary. But it was interesting that it happened twice in a row. Another cool event for this trip. I feel good. I'm gonna be at the car in a couple of minutes. Thanks for joining this adventure, for this wet one. I will see you on the next one.